Saturday, March 14th, 2026, and we have severe weather possible, some updates to it, fire risk, and high wind risk. Let's get into it. Alright, so we have some updates to our severe weather risk because it's kind of weird. So, I know we used to have an enhanced risk right on the fringes of our area, but literally right as this is being recorded, they just did an SPC update and pushed us out of it. So now that's a slight risk. It's our highest risk. That's going to be for Fort Smith, the eastern side of Shakasha Nation, going into Teoqua. And then a marginal risk that goes for Miami, Claremore, Muskogee, McAllister. Tulsa is no longer in any risk of severe weather, so you do not need to worry about this, but Oklahoma might not get any severe weather at all. Let me explain that. Now, the reason why I'm saying there might not be any severe weather at all because, look at this. Storms are supposed to form around 1 p.m., and they're going to be in south central Missouri, in central Arkansas, but nothing in Oklahoma. I mean, little dip-ins from the squalling that's going to happen in those areas. We might get something from there, but there's not really much on the reflectivity as of right now. But I do have one thing I want to show you. I've been looking at the supercell composite, and about early in the morning, they're around, actually 1 in the morning, it's going to be an interesting area that might produce some supercells right over central Oklahoma. And I would take this with a grain of salt because nothing on the outlooks are showing anything with this. But with our next updates, we might see something because of this. And also take this with a grain of salt because the convective available potential energy storm fuel isn't saying anything agreeing to this. So take this little area of supercells possible with a grain of salt. Now, besides the severe weather, everybody in Oklahoma is going to get some action on your Sunday, as that's fires or winds. Because we have a red flag warning that goes out for, let's see, Oklahoma City, Enid, Woodward, Altus, and Lawton. Now, for that same area, there's also a high wind warning that goes for Woodward, Enid, Altus, Lawton, Chickasha, Norman, Oklahoma City, going into Stillwater. And that goes for the Panhandle as well. Everything that I said is also... Now, if you're in the Panhandle, there is actually a blowing dust advisory for Diamond. So we could see a couple dust storms up here in the Panhandle. So let's dive a little bit deeper into this. Oh, and also before I go to the next slide, there's a wind advisory that includes Bartlesville, Tulsa, Muskogee, Fort Smith, and McAllister. Now, let's go to our next slide. So, as expected, the wind's going to be strong at times. I mean, as early as the early morning, it's already going to be quite windy in Enid and still in Guyman. But look what happens in around 12 p.m. noon. Look, it gets a lot windy in Enid and now Oklahoma City, Altus, and Lawton, going to Stillwater. It's going to be windy tomorrow, but it's also going to have there's also going to be a lot of humidity tomorrow. That is why we're talking about that fire risk. So let's get into the fire risk tomorrow. Now we do have a fire risk, but it's quite low, but it's not zero. It is not a zero fire risk, but It's still quite low. I think it's the lowest it can get. But there still is that threat for Gaiman, Woodward, Altus, and Lawton. This could get expanded, honestly, to include areas like Stillwater. Actually, I think just... Whoa. Honestly, I think just anywhere in this area right here could get expanded into this, maybe even Tulsa. But yeah, there definitely is a threat for fires tomorrow. Let's jump to our next thing. Now, before I end the video, here's a fact for you. Exactly 1 year ago today, there was catastrophic wildfires that broke out in Oklahoma at the same time as literally today. So, here are some videos I found on Twitter of them. Courtesy to whoever made them. These aren't my videos, but that's all the information I have for you today. Goodbye. I'll make a video if there's any updates tomorrow, but bye for now.